Hey guys, RanterInShades here, exercise my first Human Rights vlog style. Here with my first unscripted video in about a year. Feels really weird coming in front of this camera without a script in front of me. And to add on to how different this video is from the videos I normally do, this isn't exactly going to be a rant, rather I'm going to be reviewing an album. This album in particular. The debut album from our friends at Bad Case of Big Mouth, Straight Up Bad Luck, which I got in the mail just today. I got back from my vacation at Cape Cod and saw that there was a package for me, and I'm like, no way this is actually going to be the CD, because the CD, its official release date isn't until a couple days from now. As I'm recording this, it's about 11:30 on August 16th, and the release date isn't until the 19th. But I'll probably have this video uploaded by its release date. I feel it's fitting that I wear my Bad Case of Big Mouth shirt, as it's very relevant to this particular video. This is an album that I've been anticipating for many months, ever since I first heard that Bad Case were releasing an album this summer. By the way, before you watch this video, I suggest you pause this video right here. I'll have annotated up here a link to the shout-out video I made a few months ago for Bad Case of Big Mouth. You should watch that just so you can get an idea of the kind of band that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Basically, Bad Case of Big Mouth, they are a, like the shirt says, down here, easycore. It's basically, they're like a fusion of deathcore and some pop-punk elements. Coming together, it becomes this really catchy music. It's really catchy. That's one of the biggest strengths of this album, is the catchiness. It's what I love about this band and their style. So when I heard that this album was going to be coming out this summer, when on their Facebook page they posted a link to pre-order, I kept to my word, like I said in my shout-out video, that I was going to be putting down my money for this, and I played the clip of Futurama, Fry saying, "Shut up and take my money," because, you know, I felt that was the right thing to do, considering how these guys are so awesome to us. It's only fair that I return the favor somehow. And I'm also gonna, you know, go a little beyond that and film this review giving my thoughts of the album. My raw, unscripted thoughts. So the album is called Straight Up Bad Luck, and basically, conceptually, a lot of the songs deal with luck and struggling and picking yourself up and moving beyond these struggles. It's a really nice concept, and, you know, much like progressive rock or progressive metal, a few of the songs basically flow into one another. It's usually cool when bands do that. It's never been something I've been really huge on, when songs just basically flow one after the other into one another, but it's cool that, you know, Bad Case are taking on this progressive element here. The production of this album is really great. I wasn't expecting much production-wise, but the production is great. Really good sounds, nice effects. A few songs have some electronic textures, whether it be from electronic instruments or the vocals going you know, that type of choppiness that you sometimes hear. It was cool that they incorporated that. It isn't something we're totally used to. A few bands in the metalcore, deathcore scene have been incorporating some electronic elements, basically to make what they would call electronicore, which is a word that I've never been really big on, but it was nice hearing it. Another thing that I really liked was, in a few of the songs, in the breakdowns, the drums, they incorporated reverse snare sounds, which I'll play a sample of a reverse snare hit if you don't know what that is. It's an effect that a lot of 80s rock and 80s metal bands were using, and it's an effect that I've used on some songs on my solo albums. It's an effect I've always been really fond of and was surprised to see it incorporated in this album. One of the things that I mentioned in the shout-out video that really sold me about this band was the vocal abilities of Tyler, the clean singer. The singing is really great. That's another strength of this album. The singing is really awesome. Some really nice vocal harmonies. Some really good guitar harmonies. The drums are pretty standout in a few of the songs, such as Sweet Chin Music and I Still Believe in Ghosts. The drums are pretty standout, at least in the intro. My favorite lyrics in this album would be the singular verse in the introductory song, Good Luck, We're All Counting on You, where they read as follows. It's my time, I still hate you and all the shit you say. I can't stand how I let you get to me. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm moving on, I'm going home, and I will walk away with my head held high. Really nice message, really nice relatable lyrics. The love song lyrics are also very relatable, such as in the song The Fastest Headbutt This Side of the Mississippi. The lyrics are very relatable. Same with the lyrics in Fist Fight with Bambi, at least the verses. The chorus are basically all, you know, about how she's a whore, and that type thing. I like those lyrics a lot. I also really like the lyrics that are, you know, uplifting and, you know, basically giving hope to the listener, such as, you know, the bridge in Sweet Chin Music. Just promise me you'll never give up and that you'll never stop believing in yourself, no matter what you do, and when it's time to step up, just know you're doing it for yourself. Those lyrics are also among my favorite in the album. Now, if you asked me my favorite tracks on the album, they would be I've Got to Get Me One of These, which is the song that I sampled in my shout-out video because it was one of the only songs that they had on their YouTube channel at the time. They've since made a full music video for the song Elmer and the Man That Feeds Him, as well as another lyric video for another one of my favorites, Governor Street. That may actually be my favorite. It was a song that I really enjoyed seeing them do live. It's really catchy, really fun. The verses with the clean vocals, they're very fast-paced, the diction's really great. As in another one of my favorites, The Fastest Headbutt This Side of Mississippi. I like how that song is in the key of D major, which is a key that you never hear in the album. One thing about that song, actually, the intro riff sounds pretty much exactly like the intro riff to I'll Be There For You by Bon Jovi. I'm not sure if I like that or if I hate that. I'm not going to jump down on them for that, but it's just something I felt I would point out. Fist Fight with Bambi is another really awesome song. I like the electronic elements in there. I like the riffs, particularly in the second verse. It's also very catchy. One thing actually about this song and about I've Got to Get Me One of These, I like how there's the final chorus in the songs are slowed down. It's, you know, half the tempo. It's really cool. And finally, my final favorite song on the album is the closing track, I Still Believe in Ghosts. It's a really epic closer. It also slows down. The lyrics, they're very anthemic, they're very empowering, saying, you know, we can do it, we can take on this struggle, that type of thing. Very anthemic, very empowering. It makes for a really, really great closer. So those are the really key things I really felt like pointing out in this review. Overall, I really enjoyed this listen. It was a really awesome treat to hear these guys. Nice riffs, really great singing, great harmonies in the vocals and the guitar, and some pretty cool lyricism and some nice concepts. This was a great album, and I highly recommend you pick up a copy of this. Do yourself a favor and support these guys. They could really use your support, and I'm really glad that I kept to my word and put down my money for this like I said that I would, rather than not only lie to you guys, but lie to Badcase and just, you know, find a fucking download link like a little douchebag. I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I did the right thing here. I'm glad I made that decision. And I'm glad I own a copy of this. And I'm really gonna enjoy listening to these songs, and I highly recommend you pick up a copy of this. So if I were going to give it a rating out of 10, I would probably give it, probably an 8.5. And, you know, the only things holding it back were a couple of the ending breakdowns where it just seemed a little out of place, where the chords seemed a bit dissonant and didn't seem really great. Like at the end of the song, She Could Have Made Gory Love. I wasn't big on the breakdown at the end of that song. So congratulations to Tyler, John, James, Brian, Doug, and Tony. You guys put an awesome album out, and I'm really looking forward to meeting up with you guys, putting on a show with you guys one of these days. It's gotta happen, you and us. It's gotta happen again soon. We had a great time the previous shows we've played with you guys, and we'd love to do that some more. So, thus ends this album review. What would you guys think, actually, the audience? What would you guys think if I did some album reviews regularly on this channel? It's been something I've, you know, considered for a while. I'd like you guys' feedback. What did you think of this review? Would you like to see more album reviews? If so, what would the reviews be of? Would you like to see me review newer stuff, some older stuff? Do you really care? What kind of approach would you like me to take? Would you want these reviews more like Muses, where it shows samples of the songs, it's, you know, has a bit of a comedic side to it, some entertaining side to it? Or would you like reviews to be done more like Cover Killer Nation or The Needle Drop, where it's in more of a ranty style? What kind of approach would you like to see me take if you would like to see me do more album reviews on this channel? And finally, assuming you would like to see me do more album reviews on this channel, what would you like the series to be called? That's another thing that comes to mind. The only really cool name that comes to my mind that I think is really standout would be RanterInShades, where, you know, it has the same RIS initials. If you guys can think of something better than that, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll stick to that if you would like to see me do more album reviews. So leave me your thoughts, and like I said, definitely look for a copy of this. Download a copy, order a copy, do whatever you can to listen to this album, because these guys could really use your support and your feedback. So hope you enjoyed this, take care, and have a nice day. I'm Shades, and I will see you next time.